This is just the most perfect hand-raised pork pie. Wicked. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks to all my new subscribers. It's always nice to see new faces appearing on the channel. Thank you very much, and thank you also for your very kind comments too. They're always welcome, and if any of the videos spike your interest, please do like, subscribe, click on that bell icon so that you'll get notified as soon as we upload new content. Right, in this video I'm going to show you how to make a hand-raised traditional pork pie, and the pork I'm using is from Hockey's Farm down in Hampshire. We got that pork when I made the bacon joint, or the bacon chops I should say. I keep saying bacon joint, I don't know why, but they're bacon chops. I had them last night, I filmed that. Wow, they were stunning, but you would have already seen the video, link in the description. Anyway, let's get on to this pork pie. Right, let me take you through the ingredients for this fantastic individual pork pie. We have 230 grams of very finely diced pork here. Now this is the pork from the lop-eared pigs that I used for the bacon joints in a previous video, link in the description. For the actual seasoning for the filling, I have 5 grams of salt, half a teaspoon of cracked black pepper, half a teaspoon of white finely ground pepper, and half a teaspoon of ground mace. For the hot water crust pastry, I have 2 grams of salt, 100 grams of flour, 20 grams of lard, 15 grams of butter, and 40 grams of water. I'm going to be raising this pie using a 1 pound hand-turned solid oak pie dolly. Let's get to it. First thing we're going to do is we're going to add our flour and our butter. And we're going to mix our butter in with our flour. This gives us a nice short crust to start with. Okay, butter's all incorporated. That's nice and crumbly now, that flour. Let's get the hot water on. Gas on, water in, lard in, salt in. Let that melt together. Okay, let's get this lard, water and salt into the flour, and that's lovely and warm, and we'll get that all incorporated. As soon as it's incorporated, we'll turn it into a nice dough. Okay, start to get our hands in this now and bring it together as a dough. Bring the dough together by kneading it for around about 2 to 3 minutes until you get a nice even texture throughout the dough. We'll put it to one side while we get the meat ready. Right, seasoning the meat, half a teaspoon of white pepper, half a teaspoon of ground black pepper, 5 grams of salt, and half a teaspoon of mace. There we go. Right, we'll pop that in the fridge until we need it. So we have our dough here, and we're going to take 2/3 of it for our lid, 2/3 of it for our base, 1/3 of it for our lid. So if we divide that into thirds, like so, then that is going to be our lid, and that's going to be our base. So I always like to roll the lid out first. And we'll refine the edges just slightly. Now you can use a little bit of table flour, but I do find with these hot water crust pastries that because of the oil content in them, they tend not to stick to the counter. But if you do find it sticks to your surface, then obviously use a little bit of table flour just to assist you. Make this just a fraction larger. Okay, our lid done. Now, to raise the pie, I like to turn it into a little dumpling. I'm going to press this down and you'll see it bulge up. You see that? You want a nice base on it, but you don't want it too thick. And what we want to try and do is to ease this pie up the side walls of the dolly. And this dolly has been designed to be just the right size for a £1 pork pie. You don't want the base to be too thick. If the base is too thick, it won't cook properly. And if it's too thin, we'll end up with a pie that leaks, and we don't want that.
Obviously, not everyone has a pie dolly to hand, but if you have a jam jar which is about 3 inches in diameter or about 75mm, that will work just perfectly.
Thinning out that wall as we go, keeping your hands reasonably well floured if you find that the pie casing is sticking to you. Try and get it up as even as you can. That's coming up nicely. It does take a bit of time, and if you haven't done this for a while, it's always nice to take your time doing this. Now we're going to try and tease this off the dolly, and I just use the back of a spoon. You don't want to stretch the dough, as best you can. Just tease it off. Don't press down too hard in case you go through the base. We don't want that. There we go. And it drops off just like that.
Now you can see this very slight tear in the wall of the pie casing here. To repair that, all you need to do is get a little bit of water on your fingers, wet the edges and just gently press them together so that they come together and seal.
Slide it in and press it down into the four corners of the pie, gently, not trying to, we don't want any air gaps in there. There we go. That's it. We want just a little bit of a lip at the top because we need to crimp. But other than that, we want this pie to be full to the brim with meat. There we go. So, to get the lid onto here, what we're going to do is a little bit of water around the rim, and then we'll pop the lid on and we'll crimp that, and we'll be ready to go. Right, so I've just wet my hand. I'm just going to go around and wet the lip. We want to get the pie lid linking up all the way around. Okay, once we have that all together, like so, we can crimp it. Now, there's several different ways of crimping, but I just like to pinch it together like so.
The technique I'm using is 2 fingers on the outside, 1 finger on the inside, and gently pressing your single finger on the inside into the gap between your 2 fingers, and that gently squeezes the lid and the casing together, forming a really nice seal.
There we go. There is our pie, nicely crimped, and that is ready to go into the oven to cook. Okay, have our egg wash. Our pie is ready to go in the oven. Let's stick it on a baking tray. That will now go in the oven for 50 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius, and we'll have a look at this when it's done. Before the pork pie goes into the oven, make sure you put a little hole in the top, right in the centre of the lid. This will allow the steam to escape while the pie is cooking, so it doesn't burst, and it'll also allow you to put the stock jelly in once the pie's out of the oven and cooled down.
Now, some people when they make a pork pie like to use a pork-based stock jelly, and that's absolutely fine, but I wanted a little extra flavour in this particular pork pie, so I used, in this example, a teaspoon of beef stock in about 30 to 35 mils of water, and I added a teaspoon of gelatine to this, mixed it all together, got it warm to help that happen, and it was ready in no time. Well, with the pork pie out of the oven, all we need to do now is just allow it to cool down a little bit before we put in the stock jelly.
Okay, our pork pie has cooled sufficiently now to put some jelly in it. So we'll just open up the hole that we made. Now, I forgot to put this hole in here as this was going in the oven, so I opened the oven door and got the old skewer and stuck a hole in it. So here's our stock jelly that we made earlier. This has cooled down a little bit. Now, you can, if you're very careful, pour this in. But obviously it spills over the side a little bit. So, what I have here is one of these brine injectors. And these are really good bits of kit. And they allow you to soak up a little bit of this fluid into the syringe, and then you can inject it into the pie. It looks like we're getting somewhere near capacity. So that's the pie jellied. We'll now refrigerate it, and we'll come back to this and cut it and taste it.
With the pie nice and cold, fresh out the fridge, we're now going to slice it straight the way through in half and open it up, and let's take a look inside and see what we've got. And you can see that lovely dark jelly that we made with that beef stock, and it's not such a firm jelly, it's got a little bit of flex in it. You can see when I squeeze this pie, when I cut it, you can see that that jelly just oozes out, but it sort of holds its shape. It's absolutely delicious, and it's got the most amazing, rich, beefy flavour. Well, this pork pie really is the star here, but having said that, I served it with some manchego, some Spanish Valdeón cheese and some brie, together with some piccalilli, walnuts and almonds, and this made the most fantastic lunch. I would highly recommend this.
Right, time to taste this pork pie. Here we go. Fantastic looking pork pie. Oh, that's beautiful. Nicely seasoned. Pastry's really beautiful and crumbly. Fantastic. Oh, that pepper. Really nice pepper finish on that. Delicious. This is just the most perfect hand-raised pork pie. Wicked.